What's up, guys? Good morning to my replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for coming in and checking out my broadcast. Sorry I missed you live. I'm so glad you guys took some time to check it out. What is up to my live crew this morning? Great to see you all this morning. So glad to have you here. I appreciate y'all coming in to hang out with me on this Friday morning. It's Friday, yeah. Tasha, what's up, girl? Thanks for coming in. Brian, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in on YouTube. Alexis, nice to see you. Tracy, great morning to you. Appreciate you as well. Amy, good morning to you. I haven't seen you in a while. Great morning to you. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are amazing. Kat, good morning to you. Thanks for coming in. Happy Friday. Cheers and good morning to you guys. I hope your Friday is spectacular and short and your weekend is long and the sun is shining and wherever you are in the world today. We're going to talk today some more about content strategy. Cool with that? I kicked this off yesterday. We talked yesterday about how to create an effective and engaging content strategy that will actually get you results. Got a lot of good feedback from that broadcast yesterday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Gave you a lot of good stuff and really how to just get started with creating an effective content strategy online. Today, I want to take one step past that. Today, I want to talk about how to create content that sells, because we're all out here doing content for a reason, right? Content is marketing. You're creating those videos and doing those posts and doing all the things social for a reason. You're looking to generate some results. So there's some specific things that you really want to be thinking about and some strategic principles that you definitely want to apply to your content strategy that will get you to the sale. So today I want to talk about how to create content that sells, and going to take you kind of beyond the basics of content strategy and really getting you thinking like a pro social media marketer. That's my mission for you today. So hang tight, grab your favorite morning beverage. Let's roll right into this. I'll be right back with you. All right, y'all, that is who I am. That is what I do. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs turn your passion, your gifting, your ideas into a profitable and scalable brand, leveraging the power of social media marketing. If you are new to me, welcome. I am so glad you're here, no matter what channel you're on. If you are new, if it's your first time you ever seen me, I'd love for you to give me a hashtag first time in the chat stream. I'd love to say hello, and my crew would love to make you feel welcome. And we are going to dive right into this, guys, because I do not waste my time and I choose not to waste yours. So yesterday, I'm just going to do a real fast recap of what I talked about yesterday. We talked yesterday about how to create a consistent flow of relevant and engaging content that will get you results. We talked about how you want to position yourself in the marketplace. We talked about what content should you share and what platform should you be on. We talked about how to establish core topics. We talked about beginning with the end in mind. We talk about themes and structure to your content, which makes it easier to stir up ideas. We talked about serving, connecting, engaging, and being intentional. And most importantly, also being patient. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Jackie. Thanks for coming in, girls. So that's a quick recap of yesterday. I'm going to pick right up from there, and we're going to go more strategic into how to actually format your content that's going to actually stir up sales and stir up results. I'm going to remind you of the quote that I shared yesterday because it's kind of a summary of what we're sharing today as well. Is one of my quotes, one of my favorite quotes, is that when you serve effectively, the sale happens naturally. I've told you guys a million times, I am not a salesman. I do not sell stuff for a living. I serve people for a living. And I really want to make that point right out front today, because I'm not going to teach you how to be a tactful, manipulative, coercive salesman. I'm not going to tell you how to word things just right and post things just right so people just roll in and pay you without ever connecting you. That's not how I work. That's not how I roll. I'm going to teach you how to do what's necessary to build the right relationships with people so that they reach out to you, pay you, thank you for allowing them to pay you, and have an amazing working relationship with you. That's what I'm after. I'm after long-term clients. I'm after loyalty. I'm after respect. I'm after influence. All those things. That's what I'm after. I'm after teaching you how to establish those things, because I'll tell you this, if you do it right, y'all, listen, if you do this right, if you approach your social media marketing right, selling becomes really easy and selling becomes unstressful. Like, I don't worry about where my next sale is going to come from. I don't worry about, oh man, I got to get out and try to sell something today. I never ever have that approach to my social marketing. My mission every day is, what can I do to serve my people today? What can I do to make an impact on your world today? What can I teach them that will help them over the course of 2 days, Thursday and Friday? What can I teach you that'll be so helpful with social marketing so that you go out and start applying these things? And I started getting inbox messages and emails like, Justin, I did that thing you told me to do, and I just got my first premium client. Or Justin, I did this launch and it was the biggest launch ever. That's what I'm after. That's what fuels me, and that's what I'm really trying to accomplish for you today. All right. I'm just checking in on your comments to make sure I'm not missing anything. Big difference between selling and serving. Absolutely, Maggie, 100% agree. Another cheers and good morning, just because I love my coffee and I love you. There you go. Cheers and good morning. Hope your morning beverage is delicious. Jamie, I hope your smoothie is spectacular, and Tasha, your coffee is hot, and Maggie, I can't remember what you drink in the morning, but I hope it's delightful regardless. Kim, Wendy, good morning to you. Thanks for coming in. All right, so I already recapped what I covered yesterday. So the first thing I'm going to tell you today, I'm going to give you 8 points today. The first thing I'm going to give you this morning is going to kind of pick up on one of the things that I really, really hit yesterday, which was positioning and core themes. So this is going to be my point 1 for today. Dr. Sandra, thanks so much for joining in this morning. Appreciate you. Positioning and core themes. So I'm going to remind you again yesterday, it's very, very important for you to establish what position you want to take in the marketplace, basically what you want to be known for, what your lane is going to be. Camping, I forgot your camping. I love the camp season, Kat, and I hope you enjoy it. So for me, my position is I want to be known as the best branding strategist that you know online. Someone that just gives you step-by-step principles. I want to be known as someone who breaks down tough subjects and gives you very simple process for accomplishing the things that you're trying to accomplish, like social media marketing. I want to be known as a very personal coach, someone who will work with you, not above you. Someone who will lock arms with you, with what meets you on your level, not try to always bring you to mine, right? So these are different things, and I explained this in detail yesterday. So if you missed my broadcast yesterday, I would love for you to check that broadcast out because it really sets this broadcast up. But you need to know up front what you want to be known for. All right, that's the first piece. And then the second piece is once you establish what you want to be known for, then you want to outline what your core themes are going to be. These are the pillars of your business. This is the pillars of your brand. This is the core of who you are and what you do and what you want to be known for. Amber, good morning. So for me, my pillars, my core themes are first 21st century branding strategy, social media marketing strategy, personal development for business owners, and content monetization. Okay? Those 4 things: branding, social media marketing, personal development for business owners, and content monetization. All right. So when I define what I want to be known for, and then I outline what my core themes are going to be, my core themes are basically everything that I do in my business encompasses those themes and that position. Okay. You will never, ever hear me share content that does not fall in line with those themes. And the reason for that is because that's how I establish my position in your mind as the subject matter expert for those things. I mean, I've been broadcasting for 5.5 years now, and I've taught hundreds of broadcasts on branding, hundreds of broadcasts on marketing, on personal development, on content monetization. And every bit of content that I share is positioning me in your mind as the go-to guy or girl for that, right? So your position in your core content has to be defined up front, because if you don't define that up front, what happens is you can end up bouncing around trying a variety of different things, and your audience can't keep up with what you're doing, and there's no specificity as to who you are, what you do, and how you might be able to help me. So that's important. Establish your position and establish what your core themes of your brand are going to be. And then, Maggie, yes, you deliver on those with excellence, consistently, day in, day out, unwavering, with conviction. And you're constantly showing your audience and demonstrating to your audience that that is who you are. This is probably, honestly, y'all, this piece right here, this beginning piece, and really kind of what I fully unpacked yesterday, is the hardest part of social media marketing. It's the hardest part. Because, and it's not that it's hard to define necessarily. You should, I mean, if you know who you are and you know what you do, you should have no problem defining this. The hardest part about social media marketing in general is establishing that position in the market consistently, becoming that person, because that takes time. And it takes consistency, and it takes resolve, and it takes being creative to continually find things that you can share with your audience. So that's the hardest part. And that first piece is where most people struggle, is because it's not easy being a great content marketer. It's not easy creating an environment on social media where people roll in and pay you, right? But if you get that right, and if you're consistent with that, and if you do confidently establish that position, everything else becomes easier. Okay, let's keep going. Your second one I'm going to give you today is to identify a need, then create a product. Identify a need, then create a product. This particular tip, I didn't actually get this until it must have been about 2.5 years ago. I think roughly around there. I was watching, I don't know, I was on Netflix or I was on somewhere, and somebody recommended to me the show Undercover Billionaire. How many of y'all have seen that show? Put a yes in the chat if you've seen that show, because I've recommended it multiple times over the past couple of years. Undercover Billionaire. Put a yes if you've seen it in the chat. Put a no in the chat if you have never seen Undercover Billionaire. If you have never seen that show, every entrepreneur needs to watch that show. And every entrepreneur probably needs to watch that show a couple times. I've watched it 3 times, the entire season. I can't even tell you how many episodes there are, maybe 15, 16 episodes maybe. If you have never seen it, I don't even care if you don't watch TV. Justin, I don't watch TV. I'm too busy. This is a homework assignment. I want you to binge watch that show, because you will. It is such a story of entrepreneurship, and in the stuff that this guy goes through is incredible. And basically, just to give you the substance of it, since I only got a couple of yeses, there might be some people that have never seen this. If you've never seen it, this is about a billionaire that was actually doing an interview. I can't remember where the interview was, but the person he was interviewing with basically said they believed that the American dream was dead, and that it wasn't possible anymore for people to start up a business and grow that business to a 7 or 8 figure business the way you used to. And he said, Undercover Billionaire is the name, Maggie. And I can't remember the guy's name. Does anybody remember the primary billionaire's name? I can't remember his name. But he basically said, I completely disagree. I believe the American dream is more alive and well than it ever has before. And I don't think if I don't recall, Jamie, I don't believe it's on Netflix. I can't, it may have been Hulu that I found it. But I'm sure you can find it somewhere. But I highly encourage you to check it out. So basically, he's like, I believe the American dream's not dead, and I'm going to prove it. So this guy, this billionaire, takes this challenge where he goes undercover as just a regular Joe. He has his team drop him in this podunk factory town in Pennsylvania. He has nothing but $100 bill, and they give him a rundown, beat-up truck. And he drops into this town. He has no connections. He has a cell phone with no contacts in it. And he drops into this town where nobody knows him. He doesn't know anybody. He has $100 to his name and a beat-up truck. And he has, how long does he have? Is it 30 days or 60 days? I want to say it's 30 days. I can't remember now. It's been so long since I watched it the last time. But it's a short window of time. It's like 30 days. I think it's 30 days. And he's got 90 days. Thank you, Tasha. He's got 90 days to turn this $100 bill into a business that gets $1 million valuation. Glenn Stearns. Thank you, John. Amazing show. Anyway, gotta watch it. Homework assignment, do that. But anyway, one of the things that I loved about Glenn when he started the show is he's like, I gotta find a way to generate cash flow first. It wasn't Grant, it was Glenn Stearns. He's like, I gotta find a way to generate some cash now, and I've got to work with what I have and create opportunity immediately. So he went on, before he started figuring out what the heck could I sell, he's like, I've got to find a buyer. I've got to find someone who has Grant did? I did not know that. I'd love to check that out because I did not know that, Tasha. Thank you. So he decides, so he goes into classified listings, and he ends up finding that there was farmers, and like, factory owners and stuff around there that were looking for large tires, like big, like tractor tires. That was the need, and people were on like marketplaces trying to find and buy tires. And so he goes on a hunt to go and try to find tires like in ditches and then behind factories that were run down. And he ends up going and finding this entire lot of factories or of tires that had been disposed of, and he pulls them out. They got great tread on them. Anyway, long story short, he ends up pulling these tires out, cleaning them all up, calling the guys that had posted the classified ads and said, "I've got some tires I'd like to show you." And he ends up selling these tires for like $1,200. But the point of it was, before he went out trying to figure out what the heck he could sell, he started with, I got to find a need. Let me find somebody who needs something, who's looking for something, who wants something, and I'm going to create a product once I identify a need. And I used to get this wrong, and I've seen so many people do this wrong, and this is what a lot of social media marketers do, a lot of business owners do wrong, is they get an idea in their mind of what they want to sell. I want to create this course. I want to write this book. I want to create this program. And I've done it myself. I've seen people go all in on creating something without actually identifying a need in the market and actually establishing, is this something that people really want and would be willing to pay for? And once you change that, because I'll tell you this, y'all, listen, I've learned this. It must have been my second year in business. My second year in business, I got this idea in my mind of this course that I wanted to create. And I'm like, it's going to be an amazing course. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be life-changing. I went all in on creating this course. I created the whole thing. I mapped out the whole thing. This was going to be my premium signature program. And because I put so much into it, it had a pretty high price point to it. And I invested like just under $8,000 of my own money because I decided to make this digital and a physical program as well. So I had like little books with CDs and DVDs and everything. It was, I could sell it at speaking engagements and online. I went all in on this thing, and it was an absolute complete bomb. The content in it was spectacular, but it didn't sell. And it didn't sell because the season that I was in wasn't right. I hadn't built up enough rapport yet to sell something at that price point, and it was a complete flop. And it was a flop because I went all in trying to sell something without testing market interest and actually identifying a buyer need. So the second point I want to give you is a big one, is to identify a need, then create a product. So going back to number one, you establish your position. You know what you want to be known for. You figure out what your core themes are going to be in your business. Then once you get into that point, let's go into number three. Number three is you need to define who your target consumer is and identify their pain points. And this kind of goes in conjunction with identifying their need, right? So we're not gonna immediately be like, all right, I want to be known as the best branding strategist online. These are going to be my core themes. Let me go right into creating a product. Wrong. You're going to say, this is my position that I want to take in the marketplace. These are going to be my core themes. Now let me think about my target consumer, and let me really think about what's going on in their lives. What are their pain points? And then what do they need? What do they need right now in May of 2021 when this video is being recorded? In case those guys are watching on YouTube months or years from now. This is May 2021. We're having this conversation. All right. But you got to go to that person. So let's go to the step number three, is define your target consumer and their pain points. Simplify this for yourself. Okay. So, I've talked a lot about the target audience conversation. I've heard multiple people teach this, and most people just wreck it for people. The target audience conversation does not have to be confusing, does not have to be elaborate. I don't believe you have to outline your target avatar, and I don't need to know how long their hair is, and what their skin color is, and how much money they make, and where they went to school, how many kids they have, and what names are their kids, and do they have boys and girls, and are they homeschoolers or are they whatever, and do they I don't need to know all that. All I want to know is, who do you best serve? Who do you best serve? Like if and this is a great way to look at it. If I called you today, I'm going to hang up this broadcast and I'm going to call you. I'm gonna call Tasha. Tasha, what's up, girls? Justin, listen. I want to tell you something that's exciting. I am going to get you 10 clients. 10 of them. And these 10 clients, I'm going to go pick them out for you. And all 10 of these people are going to pay you your premium fee for your signature program. How many of y'all would say yes to that phone call? Yeah, give me a yes in the chat. Do you want that? You want that phone call? And Dr. Sandra, I'll call you. Maddie, I'll call you. Kim, I'll call you. Jackie, everybody. John, your signature program, your most premium fee. I'm going to go get 10 people for you. You don't have to do nothing. All you have to do is deliver your program. I'm going to go get 10 people, and I'm going to bring them to you, and they're going to pay you your premium fee for your signature program. All I need you to do is tell me who you want me to go get. That's it. Who do you want me to go get? And if you tell me who you want me to go get, I'll go get them for you, and they'll pay you your premium fee. That's who your target audience is. That simple question. Now, I'm gonna give an example because I was having this conversation with a client of mine once because they were really wrestling with this idea of who's my target audience. And this particular person really, really worked with people who had it was a certain type. They're a health and wellness type of person, okay? And they really helped people with overcoming chronic illnesses and all that kind of stuff, right? So that was their specialty, was health and wellness. And so we're having this conversation trying to define their target audience. And I asked them that very question. I said, tell me who you want me to go get, and I will go get those 10 people for you. And they said to me, okay, I want you to get people who are, I can't remember the word she used. She said, hold on a minute. It wasn't overwhelmed. No, she said, I want you to go get people. She's like, I want you to go get people who have lost hope. Now, I knew what she meant, okay? But I made a point. I said, okay, you want me to go get people who have lost hope? Okay. So I'm going to go get a guy who just lost his job after 40 years and has no idea what to do with his career. I'm going to go get a family that their house just burnt down and they didn't have insurance. I'm going to go get someone who has been trying to be in a relationship for years and has never found a significant other. I'm going to go get, and they're like, Justin, I know. And I'm like, but that's the problem, right? I mean, I know what you mean. I know you want people who have been struggling with debilitating illnesses for decades and they've never been able to find a way out, and you can give them hope with your solution. I get that. But if you say, I work with people who have lost hope, you're not connecting to the right person because that's a broad answer, right? It'd be like me saying, I work with business owners. What business owners do I work with? Right? So this question, who is your target consumer? My target consumer is I work with goal-driven individuals who have a very specific gifting that serves a very specific type of clientele, and they have a desire to build a business from it. That's it. Goal-driven individuals, meaning you're not lazy and you don't make excuses. You're ready to go after your goals. Goal-driven individual who have a very specific gifting, idea, or talent or ability that serves a very specific type of clientele, and you have a desire to build a business from it. That's it. If that's you, I can help you, and I can serve you well, and I can help you build that business. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're married. I don't care if you're divorced. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your beliefs are. I don't care what your political affiliations are. I don't care where you live in the world. I don't care how much money you have or don't have. If you have a desire to build a business and you are able and willing to invest in me and you want that help, I can help you, and I can help you well. That's it. That's what I work with. Now, this is what happens. Again, we're talking about how to create content that sells. You're like, Justin, listen, you have to go through all this. You have to go through this. And the reason why I'm really good at making a lot of money through social media content is because this is things that I'm constantly thinking about. I'm constantly analyzing these things and trying to figure out how to make my stuff, my content as highly as effective as possible. I got all the right tools in place. Okay. You have to take time to think about this. So you figure out who your consumer is. Who do you best serve? All right. So I work with goal-driven individuals who have a very specific gifting that serves a very specific type of clientele, and they have a desire to build a business from it. Now, this point number 3 is define your target consumer, which I just did and which you are doing, and their pain points. Now, when I want to figure out their pain points, this is what you have to do. When you figure out your target consumer, there's going to be some variables. Everybody put variables in the chat stream so I can make sure you're awake and paying attention, because I'm going to get into some stuff and I don't want you to miss this, okay? Cheers and good morning to you. Variables, okay? When I'm talking about my business, is my target consumer, is I work with goal-driven individuals who serve have a very specific gifting that serves a very specific type of clientele and have a desire to build a business from it. There's going to be some variables in that consumer, okay? So, for example, let's say one of those variables, one of my goal-driven individuals, is someone who's in their middle-aged, okay? Maybe they've worked for 20, maybe even 30 years in a particular industry, in their particular job, and they realize that they're ready to stop working for someone else. They're ready to take their gifting and their ideas, and they're ready to start building a life for themselves. Okay, I've got that person. So let's call this middle-aged entrepreneur for clarification. Okay, middle-aged entrepreneur. Then maybe I've got a stay-at-home mom. Stay-at-home mom, went to college, got a degree, very business-minded, has ideas, has goals, has aspirations, got married, decided to have kids, made her kids her priority, her family her priority. She's raised her kids. And now maybe she's at home, maybe she's still at home with the kids, but she's got a drive to build something. She wants to make money from home. But she's got to make money from home, juggling her family, because she's not going to go all in on the business because she's still got to handle her household and her family. So maybe that mom wants to learn how to take the gifting, the ideas that she has, and build a business on the side while still also managing her household and her family. So let's call this stay-at-home mom. Okay. Now let's talk another one. Let's say I got a college kid, fresh out of college, went to school to do something, specialize in something, got out of college and realized they couldn't get a job, or maybe they realized that they couldn't get a job paying them what they felt like they were worth, and they have a drive to start their own business. So they have a lot of questions. So let's call this college kid. All right. Now let me clarify. Middle-aged entrepreneur, stay-at-home mom, college kid. All three of those people are very different people. However, all three of those people are goal-driven individuals who have a very specific gifting that serves a very specific type of clientele, and they have a desire to build a business from it. I can serve all three of those people, and I can serve them well. However, all three of those people are very different. They all have different pain points. They all have different questions. They all have different fears, right? The middle-aged entrepreneur is afraid of leaving security of the job they've had forever. They're not getting any younger, and they're going to have to figure out can I really sustain this? Do I really start this up now at this late stage in life? Is this something that I really want to do? They've got a lot of big things to consider. Stay-at-home mom is thinking to herself, do I really still have what it takes? Can I really get back into that business mind? Can I maintain this while juggling all the things that I got to juggle at home? Do I have the energy to do this? Do I have the time to do this? They have a lot of questions. College kid is this the right decision? Will I ever be able to make it? Right? But the college kid has more time because they're younger. The mom is trying to juggle all the things in her life. The middle-aged person has more fears, right? So I've got all these different people. Now, this is what happens. When you identify your target consumer, you got to figure out the variables of your target consumer, because this is where we have to break away some strategy a little bit. When you really want to create content that sells, you've got to determine, first of all, in your mind, which variable of your target consumer do you want to narrow in on in this season? Okay? And you got to figure that out. before we go into any of these other steps, before we talk about what actually to post and what actually to create and how to actually put content out there that's going to sell, you got to figure out who exactly you're selling to first. Does that make sense? Put yes in the chat stream. Because if I'm going to create content to sell to my target consumer, I've got to decide today, am I going to create content this week? Or am I, or actually, we talk about first point is identify a need and then create a product. Whose need do I want to meet today? Whose need do I want to meet in the month of May? Whose need do I want to focus on this summer? Do I want to focus on the college kid this summer? Do I want to focus on the stay-at-home mom this summer? Right? Do I want to focus on the middle-aged entrepreneur this summer? Right? Which of these do I want to think about and target? Would you guys hold on, please? This is live, and I have a cat that's mad because I shut the door so that the dog wouldn't come downstairs. So now I got the door shut so the dog doesn't come downstairs, but now the cat's here, and the cat wants upstairs, so he's going to sit here and howl at me until I let him go. So hold, please. Thank you. And then there's the wife to the rescue. Oh, anyway, it's live. So, it's important for this differentiation because it's May, right? So what's going on with these three people? Middle-aged entrepreneur, stay-at-home mom, college kid, all right? College kid maybe just graduated just now, right? So we got a whole bunch of college kids that just graduated. Do I want to hone in on them? Because they might be trying to figure out some things right now. Or is it too close to graduation season? I might be thinking, the college kid may just want to enjoy their summer. And that college kid may not be quite ready to really focus on what's the next step in their life until they enjoy their summer a little bit. So maybe I don't want to go for them right now. The stay-at-home mom is just getting out of school. And so she's been juggling all the things school, all the things sports, everything going on. And now school's going to be over in just a matter of a few weeks. And now she's going to have her summer open where there's not so much going on right now. Is that the time to really narrow in on stay-at-home mom? Maybe. But then you got vacations and you got summer schedule. And she may not want to focus. Maybe mom, I want to focus more in on September once the kids go back to school so that she's got her sanity back because the kids aren't in the house as much. Maybe. All right. Then I go to the entrepreneur, the middle-aged entrepreneur. What's this season look like for them? Kids are out of the house and gone. Their job is their job. Their life is their life. You know what? I don't think the seasonality is quite as drastic for the middle-aged entrepreneur. So let's say that this summer, over the next 90 days, the next 3 months, I want to focus in on that middle-aged entrepreneur. That's going to be my variable, okay? So I determine right there. Again, my target audience is still goal-driven individuals who have a very specific gifting that serves a very specific type of clientele and have a desire to build a business from it. But I got to narrow down to who exactly I'm working to attract. Let me clarify. That does not mean that I will only ever focus or work with middle-aged entrepreneurs. That's not the case. That just means this is going to be my focus for this season. It also doesn't mean that's the only people that I'm going to attract or work with over the next 90 days. You will attract people that fall outside your target demographic. All this means is Justin said, tell me what kind of person I want to work with right now, and he'll go get them from me. So if you said to me, Justin, I want to work with a middle-aged entrepreneur who's been in their career for decades. They have skills, they have gifts, they have expertise. They know that they have something they can build a business from. They've decided that their time is now. They have money saved away to invest. They're ready to go. I want to work with 10 of those people. You tell me that, I'll go get them. I can get those people, right? That's clear. Somebody put clear in the chat stream. Crystal clear. I know exactly who I'm working to attract. That right there is more than what 90% of people are doing online. Because everybody online is just, I think people are like, I'm going to be this. I'm going to go out and just start creating content on that. This is gold. This is what makes social media marketing effective. is because now I know who I'm talking to. And this is the problem. A lot of people, I've heard influencers with my air quotes will tell you, you need to get crystal specific about who you work with. You need to niche down and you need to figure out who exactly you work with. I agree, but it doesn't mean that's the only person, right? So for me, I know high level who my person is, but I know within that target audience, there's variations of that person. So who do I want to focus on now? And then who do I want to focus on in the fall? And then who do I want to focus on in the spring? And you can variate, you can create variations of who you're engaging and who you're talking to. You may notice for me, I'll go through seasons where I'm all in talking about branding, and I'm really focused on attracting people who are starting up, brand new, looking to build a business and needing all help branding. I'll go and content will flow that way. My posts will flow that way. My services are flowing that way. Then I'll go into a season where I'll be really in on personal development. I'll have coaching programs for executive coaching and one-on-ones. I'll be highlighting my inner circle. I'll be going after people who already have branding done and are in their business trying to level up their strategy and their marketing and stuff. So I'll hone in on that person. Then I'll go into people who are looking to scale, people that have had a high level of success in their business that are looking to scale to a higher level, and I'll focus in on them for a period of time. And then I'll go back to branding. And then I'll go to people who are looking to be developed more personally. And then I'll go back to executives. And then I'll bounce around. But all of those people still fit within my business. It's still under the umbrella of me as a startup business mentor and a branding strategist. All right. So that ebb and flow of your business is not only helpful to flow through all the different pillars of your business, all the different themes of your business, but it makes you a well-rounded marketer. It doesn't force you to be so singular all the time. Okay, so let's go back to middle. I decided, this season, let's say this summer, for the next 90 days, I want to really focus in on middle-aged entrepreneur. So we're still on point number 3, and I promise I'm going to get you out of here in less than an hour. That is my mission. I don't know if I'm going to promise it, but I am going to make it my mission. Okay, let me take a drink of my coffee. Is this helpful for you today, y'all? I'm telling you, people pay me a lot of money for these conversations. I'm giving it to you for free today. I'm hoping you're absorbing it. All right. So now that I know exactly who I serve, now I can tell Justin, I want to work with middle-aged entrepreneurs that have worked in business setting for decades. They have a gift, they have an idea, they have expertise, and they know they can build a business from it. They've set aside money to invest. They're ready. I want to work with 10 of those people. Perfect. I'm going to go get 10 of those people. Here you go. Now you've got them. Now what I need to do is I need to identify what are their pain points. Put some words in the chat stream that you think define that person. What are they wrestling with? They're wrestling with fear. Variety of different fears. They're wrestling with insecurities. I've worked for some in my entire life. Could I really do this on my own? They're wrestling with overwhelm. Where do I start? What do I do? Confusion, lack of clarity. Where do I go? What do I build? Am I online? Am I offline? Am I both? Fear, insecurity, doubt, limiting beliefs. Anything else that person is dealing with? Anxiety. Yep. Okay. These are their pain points. I gotta be aware. I've got to be aware of what that frustrations. Absolutely. Confidence. Absolutely. Lack of confidence. Yep. Absolutely. So when I think about, so now I'm picturing this person in my mind, and it's so helpful when you get to this point too, because if I say, I work with goal-driven individuals who have a very specific gifting, blah, 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 serves it, the whole thing. If I work with that, I'm not clear yet on exactly who that is. But once I break that out into the variables, and now I have in my mind a middle-aged person who has worked for decades for someone else. Now they want to build a business. I can picture that person in my mind. I know what they look like. I can picture what a day in their life looks like. I can picture what they're feeling. I can picture what they're probably thinking sitting here and watching this video with me right now. I'm imagining the anxiety, the overwhelm, the frustration that they have, the lacking confidence and where to go, the lacking clarity on what we do here. How do we start? So I can become tremendously relatable to that person because I can envision that person. Okay. So that's step 3, define your target consumer and their pain points. I know we spent a lot of time on that point, but it's so good, right? This is secret sauce, y'all. This is what really makes your marketing work. Okay. Now I'm going to go into number 4. Step number 4 is I'm going to design my positive emotional triggers. All right. So recognize this. Every person, like for example, this middle-aged entrepreneur, everyone has something. Everyone has a fear. Everyone has a frustration. Everybody's got stuff. Everybody's got pain points that they're trying to deal with, right? So what I want to do is I want to say, all right, I understand my consumer. I understand specifically who I am working to engage in this season, that middle-aged entrepreneur. I can understand what they're feeling, what they're probably dealing with, what they're wrestling with. Now, what I want to do is I want to be intentional about what positive emotional triggers I want to convey. Okay. Yeah, John. Everybody throw some love at John Ortiz. Just said you have to see the target to hit it. Yes. Absolutely great statement. I love that statement so much. Cheers to John for that statement. I love that statement. Love you, buddy. That's so good. And I got John smiling, big ear-to-ear grin right now. I love it. Such a good statement. All right. You got to see the target to hit it. So now what happens is I want to, everybody say cheers, John, because that's so good. I love it, John. What I do now is I say, all right, I'm going to intentionally design my positive emotional triggers that are going to offset their negative emotions. For example, the positive emotional triggers that I leverage most often are clarity, confidence, and vision. Clarity, confidence, and vision. Those are emotions. Clarity is powerful. A lot of people are overwhelmed and frustrated because they lack clarity. A lot of people lack confidence because they lack clarity. A lot of people procrastinate. Let me just go through some of the words you put in here. People procrastinate often because they lack clarity. People get frustrated often because they lack clarity. People have anxiety because they lack clarity. Clarity is huge, right? So again, going back to my pillars of who I am and what I want to be known for, my core themes, one of the things I really choose to be known for and have established myself as over the years is someone who can take very tough subjects like social media marketing and break it down into very simple steps that you can follow. Because what that does is that gives you clarity. Clarity will offset frustration. Clarity will also offset overwhelm. So when I'm going back to the pain points that my target consumer has, I'm asking myself, what kind of positive emotions can I trigger in you to offset your negative emotions? Why does that matter? Because if you are frustrated, overwhelmed, insecure, you have limiting beliefs, you're doubtful that this is possible for you, you're stuck, you're blah, 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 you're in that place, and then you come join Justin's broadcast. You spend 1 hour with me, and in the 1 hour you spent with me, I've given you clarity on exactly how you need to approach the building of your business. Also, clarity brings confidence. Oftentimes you lack confidence in something because you lack clarity in that thing. Once you get clear, your confidence builds. So if I can take that middle-aged entrepreneur who's overwhelmed, frustrated, insecure, full of anxiety, have tons of things they're trying to figure out, they're really not feeling like this is possible for them. And in an hour of my broadcast or throughout a week of broadcasting, however I can get them to engage with me, if I can give them clarity, I can give them confidence, and then I can give them a vision for what's possible. Clarity, confidence, and vision will offset basically every negative emotion that they have. And what happens, imagine yourself, think about yourself for a second. Imagine if you are overwhelmed, frustrated, procrastinating, limiting beliefs, you're in the all up in all those feelings. And then all of a sudden you get clear. Oh, that's how I do that. Then comes the confidence. I think I could actually do that. I could see that working for me. Wow, I could see, now a vision comes. I could see where I could go. I could apply what Justin's teaching me here. I could see how this would work for me. I could see how I could do this in my way. I could see myself being successful at this. Now I got a vision for where I could go. What happens when all of a sudden that clarity, confidence, and vision just arrived? You want to get up and move your feet, right? As soon as if you have been wrestling with something, you've been lacking clarity, you've been struggling with something, as soon as you get clear and confident in that, what happens? Now that's it. Jamie just said that's what did the free phone call for me, right? Because you also all of a sudden you see it. It makes people move. And the reason people move is because I identified who exactly I'm trying to talk to. I understand specifically what they're wrestling with. And then I said to me, what is it going to take for me to offset all the negative that they're feeling? What can I give them that will make them see clearly what they're capable of and want to go for it? I need to give them clarity, confidence, and vision. That's where my content comes in. So then, all right, as I'm creating my content, when I create content, if I know in this season over the next 90 days, I want to focus on the middle-aged entrepreneur, then every single day I'm asking myself, what am I giving today? Am I giving clarity? Am I giving confidence? Am I giving vision? Am I giving a combination of those three things? What am I doing for that person to give them what they need to make them move forward? Does that make sense? Put yes in the chat stream. That's tip number 4. Okay? That's the hard part. The rest of it is simple stuff. Okay? I'm doing good on time, though. I'm going to be out of here in 12 minutes. I declare it. All right? Number 5 is free actionable value. Free actionable value. And we're going to talk about 5 to 7 impressions. Okay? It takes you've heard me say this before. I'll say it again. It takes, in today's consumer, it takes an average of 5 to 7 positive experiences with you and your brand before someone will usually be willing to take a next step with you on any level. 5 to 7 positive experiences. Okay? I agree, Kim. Kim says, I know I'll be watching this again. This is one of those ones you kind of probably need to watch a couple times because there's a lot in here. I'm firing at you with cannons right now. Social media marketing cannons is my best stuff, y'all. But it works. That's why I'm teaching it. I'm teaching you this because this is how I live my life. This is what I do. If you're like, Justin, how do I build a business that can consistently generate 6 figures every single year with ease? This is how I do it. This is how I do it. I'm telling you everything. I'm telling you all my secrets right now. And the funny thing is that I'm telling you how I get you to engage with me and hire me. And still, someone will watch this video, or a handful of people will watch this video, and I'll get email hits, and I'll get website hits after this, and people will reach out to me, and I'll have a phone call, and they'll say, Justin, I'm ready to hire you. I'm ready for your help. I would love to serve you. That's called when you serve effectively, the sale happens naturally. You know, let's just park here for a second because I'm going to take a drink of my coffee before I go into my other points. I'm telling you this, y'all. I believe in this so much. When you serve effectively, the sale happens naturally. I decided to test that theory on the highest level. Let's see, when was this? This was last fall. I decided to teach publicly the absolute most valuable thing that I teach, which is how to master the sales call. I have a very specific process for how I go about a phone call, prospect phone call. And normally I have charged premium fees for that training. Okay. And I decided to offer that up for free last year. And I really wanted to test the theory to see if I could teach that process for free live and still get people to get on the phone with me and hire me, even knowing how I'm going to handle that phone call. And I did. I had people get on the phone with me like, oh, I'm on the phone with you and I know how you handle your process, but I need to go through this. And I would still go through it. And it's because I'm not a salesman. I do not sell to people. I serve you. And that's why it works. I have an 89% close rate of people that get on the phone with me. And not only do I have an 89% close rate of people that get on the phone with me, I do not bring up my pricing or my services unless you ask me to. 89%. And honestly, the 11% of people that don't hire me after a phone call is simply because they don't have the money. And I know that because I eliminate every objection in the phone call. If you are interested in learning about that process, it's on my YouTube channel. I can't remember how long. I think it was last fall. Yeah, but if you want to find that training, it's an absolute gold for you. If you're trying to figure out how to get past that step, go to my YouTube channel. It's called Master Your Call. Actually, let me look at something real quick. I might have actually put that on my website. Knowing me, I probably did. I think if you go to masteryourcall.com, it's on my website. Yeah, it is. Is it there? Is it free? Did I do free? Yeah, I sure did. Yeah, let's see that. See how great I am. I'm going to put it in the chat stream right now. Go to masteryourcall.com. I'm going to put it in here for you. Of course, I'm on Facebook right now on my phone. Somebody put Master Your Call on HAPS, will you please? Masteryourcall.com. Go to masteryourcall.com. That'll take you to my website. Free access. Take that training. It'll change your life. All right. Going back to number 5. Number 5 was free actionable value. 5 to 7 impressions. Again, it takes the average consumer, today's consumer, an average of 5 to 7 positive experiences with your brand before they will usually take a next step with you on any level. That means they have to have a positive experience with you, subsequent experiences with you to build their buying temperature. Now, let me just tackle something real quick. One of the big problems that I see a lot of people having, even when you get to this point, even if you get everything up till now right, a problem that a lot of people have is it takes too long for you to accomplish 5 to 7 impressions. You're not able to do it quick enough to get the buying temperature hot enough, fast enough. Okay? So, an issue is, let's say you're a live streamer, but you only do one live stream a week. And then in between your one live stream a week, you're not overly engaged on social media. You're not giving people an opportunity to experience with you. So let's say I do a live stream today. It's Friday morning. I do this great live stream. And I got people watching this. People are going to watch this live. People are going to watch this on the replay. Man, that was good. Justin really knows what he's talking about with social media marketing. He's so good, man. I really like his stuff. Maybe it's your first time ever connecting with me. And like, man, I was so good. I can't wait to see more of what Justin does. And you hang up this broadcast and I leave, right? And then you don't have any interaction with me again for a week. And then maybe next Friday, I go live again and I'm talking about something else. And you're like, oh, that Justin guy's live. I'm going to watch him again. If you don't see me for a week, when you see me next Friday, if that were the case, I'm not working on impression number 2. I'm back to impression number 1. And this is the problem that some of you guys have, is that you're never building those impressions 1 through 5 or 1 through 7. You're constantly working on first impressions because it takes so long for you to accomplish impressions. People aren't seeing you enough. I can accomplish 5 to 7 impressions in 24 hours. Because think about this, all right? So somebody watches a live video of me. This is what I do. Whenever I'm doing a live video, I'm constantly watching the chat. I'm on 4 different networks right now. I'm constantly watching the chat, and I'm looking for faces and names that I do not recognize. People that I've never seen before. Or people that maybe have followed me for a long time and have never invested in me or hired me at all. But I'm watching for people that I believe there's opportunity with. I believe there's people that I can help that don't currently know me. And so I might find a name. So let's say John Smith is in here. So John Smith is in here and he's engaging, he's interacting. And so as I'm talking, I usually always have pen and paper. I'm just going to write down John Smith as I'm talking. And I'm going to put his name down. And I'm going to write down Alex Tracy. And I'm going to write down Brian Edwards. And I'm just going to jot these names down as I'm talking through my broadcast and taking my notes. I'm going to jot these names down. And so as soon as this broadcast is over, I've got John, Alex, and Brian, the 3 different people that I don't know and have never engaged with. And so what's going to happen is as soon as this broadcast is over, I'm going to go straight to Facebook. I'm going to see if I can find them. Look them up. There they are. Are we friends? Are we not friends? In most cases, we're not friends on Facebook. Some cases we are, but most cases we're not. Send them a friend request. As soon as we send a friend request, they're going to accept that friend request, usually. And then as soon as I get notified that they accepted the friend request, then I'm going to go into Messenger and I'm going to send them a voice message. Find John. John, what's up, man? Justin Kaplan here. Listen, I just want to let you know I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining my broadcast this morning. It really means a lot to me to have people like you in the room that add value to the room and really contribute to the conversation. So just wanted to shoot your friend request, man. I'm glad to get connected on Facebook. Thanks so much for accepting that. I hope you have an awesome Friday, a great weekend, and I can't wait to see you more on the web. Take care and God bless. Send. And I'll send that message to Alex. I'll send that message to John. I'll send that message to Brian. Because those are 3 people that just supported me in my broadcast this morning. Genuine. That's not salesy. That's genuine. I'm not asking them for anything. I'm just telling them, listen, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But that's a positive impression. So impression number 1 was you were in my video. Cool video. This is good stuff. This is great. All of a sudden, I get a friend request from this guy. Oh, that's cool. Accept it. Bing. Now I got a voice message from Justin thanking me for being in his room today. Wow. Now impression number 2. I might check out one of his other broadcasts. So then I note. I got John, Alex, and Brian. I've got noted, and I have a little list of new people that is always on my desk. So then they'll say, tomorrow I go do a live broadcast again. I go do a live broadcast, and I've got, here comes John. And as soon as I see John, what's up, man? It's so nice to see you coming back. I must have did something right yesterday. Thanks for coming back today, man. Appreciate you. And I'll just kind of call John out a little bit. And I'll just say something. Alex, what's up, man? It's so nice to see you. I hope your Friday has been awesome so far, whatever. And I'll just make them feel welcome. Now I'm impression number 3. They're in a live video again. And then I'm going to make this impact. And so my mission after impression number 3 is I'm going to do anything and everything I can to get them on my website after that second video. Guys, listen, and I already suggested that today. I said, go to Master Your Call. Great training. So I even figured that one out. So I threw Master Your Call in there. Go to Master Your Call. You land on my website. Man, great website. This is cool. Now I'm already impression number 3 combined. So I've got first video. I sent you a voice message. You go to my website. You download Master Your Call. You watch Master Your Call. Master Your Call is crazy, changed your life. Now I'm impression number 4. You're back to a video tomorrow. Now I'm on 5. So honestly, I mean, tomorrow I could have 2 videos, and after the end of the day tomorrow, I could say, you know what, guys, if I get anybody that's just looking for help and you're trying to figure some stuff out, I'd love to chat with you. I'm just gonna tee up free strategy sessions to anybody who wants to take advantage of them today only, this broadcast only. If you're interested in that, put I'm in the chat stream. I'll reach out to you. And there goes John, there goes Alex, there goes Brian. I'm in, and I'm on the phone with them. 5 impressions, bam, just like that. Does that make sense? Put yes in the chat stream. It does not have to be complicated. What it does have to be is intentional. You've got to be thinking beyond your content. Social media content, how to create content that sells, is about creating content that you understand what you're going to do after the content and in between the content and along with your content to build up those impressions and to keep that buying temperature rising. Does that make sense? So, free actionable value. Let me go back to this one. 5 to 7 impressions. You got to understand this, all right? Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate you, buddy. You gotta understand 5 to 7 impressions. So the question for you is, how do you accomplish 5 to 7 impressions as quickly as possible? Because the quicker and more effectively you're able to get to 5 to 7 impressions, the quicker people will be reaching out to you to hire you. And once they say, yeah, can we talk on the phone? You're going to go and watch Master Your Call so you know how to handle the phone call process. But I want to tackle on this free actionable value pieces. I think people understand that content needs to be free. And content needs to be valuable. There's plenty of content in the world that's free, right? Some of it's valuable. But what a lot of people miss is actionable. Everybody put actionable in the chat stream for me, will you please? Actionable. Actionable is the secret. A lot of people do free. Some of them do value. Not everybody does actionable. Actionable means I'm giving you free, high-value content today that you can actually act on. You can take what I've given you today and go do it, right? You can apply. Everything that I'm teaching you is applicable. These are not high-level principles that you're like, well, that sounds nice. I'll have to figure out kind of how I can incorporate that. There's nothing to figure out. This is the formula. you take what I tell you to do and go do it and get results and make a ton of money and then send me a testimonial. Justin's amazing. And I would appreciate that, right? I mean, it's actionable. So everything that I teach you ever, any bit of content I ever share with you, free, of course, valuable, but I want to make it actionable. What can you do with it? Because listen, I shared with you yesterday that when people engage with you, what they experience with you for free, they believe will only be amplified once they pay you. Okay? Again, what they experience with you for free, they believe will just be amplified once they've paid you. So if I get someone that's watching this broadcast and you've never hired me before, you're like, this is crazy. This guy's nuts. This guy's very helpful. I like how he teaches, very helpful. I understand what I'm supposed to do. Imagine if I hired him. Imagine if he could understand my business. Imagine if he could really work with me and help me define my strategy, right? So when you share things that are actionable and you give them something they can actually use for free, it builds this narrative in their mind that, man, imagine what it would do if I hired you and you could actually really work with me. So actionable will have them drawing towards you. And every time, that's another impression. So if I give you something that you can use today and you go take this and you go start applying it and you start seeing results, that's an impression that I didn't even have to facilitate, because you have an impression like, man, that worked. That Justin guy is crazy. Impression goes up, right? I'm making an impression on you. So that's important. Free, actionable value. That's number 5. Let's blitz through these last 3. It's 9:02. I'm late now. That's okay. Number 6, because this is good, right? Number 6. I talked about this yesterday. I'm going to bring it up again. Once you get these things laid out, number 6 is serve, connect, and engage. That's what I do every day. I share content. Right now, this last hour and 3 minutes, I've been serving you. I'm serving you. That's my mission today, is to serve you. I believe you serve effectively, the sale happens naturally. Serve. I seek to connect. So people that I don't know or have never connected with, I seek to connect to them. And then once I connect to new people, I engage them. Doesn't mean I sell them or chase them. I don't chase people. I engage them. What's going on with you? What do you need help with? I got a resource for that. What kind of things would you like me to teach? I ask that question sometimes too when I'm talking to people. Is there any, if you had the choice to choose my content, what's something you'd like me to teach about? I'm engaging them. Want to get to know them. Want to understand them. I'll take a minute to check out their profiles, look at what they're doing, see what I can do to be helpful. Serve, connect, engage. Business is about people. Somebody put that in the chat stream. Your business is about people. I don't care what business you're in. Business is about people. And I believe this. I believe this wholeheartedly. Your business will grow at the same pace at which you are able to develop and maintain new relationships. I'll say it again. Your business will grow at the same pace at which you are able to develop and maintain new relationships. It's about people, y'all. If you're not willing to commit to the people, you shouldn't be in business. I mean, if you're not, because this is work. I didn't say this is easy. I didn't say Justin's super simple, no work, easy process to create content that sells. That's not what my title said. Is that what my title said? No, my title says how to create content that sells. Social media marketing like a pro. I didn't say social media marketing like a pansy. I said social media marketing like a pro. Somebody should put that in the chat stream. This ain't social media marketing like a pansy. If you want to be lazy and not connect to people, then I'm not for you. Because I'm not going to teach you how to take people's money and not work for it. I'm not going to do that. This is social media marketing like a pro. This is not Justin's super simple no work process to attracting money online. No. Serve, connect, engage. Number 6. Number 7. Make a connection and make a recommendation. This is how to create content that sells. I've given you the whole process. You've connected, you've engaged, you've done the whole thing. You've served people, you've connected, you've engaged them. Make a connection with someone and make a recommendation. Now, I'm not going to unpack that one because I could spend another hour talking just about that one. But I do highly encourage you all, listen, go to masteryourcall.com. Masteryourcall.com. free video. It's a 2-hour training. It's a Zoom training. It'll be a group of people on screen where I taught this process on how to master the phone call. In that process, I talk about the power of making a recommendation. All right. The power of making a recommendation and how to get people to the point where they ask you, how do I work with you? What's the best way for you to be able to help me? And you can make a recommendation to them and they invest in whatever your premium is. And then they thank you for the opportunity to pay you and work with you. It's brilliant. The last one's make it easy for them to start. Those are the last two. Make a connection, make a recommendation, and then make it easy for them to start. Make it easy for them to start. I'm going to stop with that for today, y'all, because that's a lot. But is that good? Is that good for you? Can I get a round of applause? Can I get a cheers from everybody? Cheers if you enjoyed that one, y'all. That's some of my best, most favorite stuff to teach. Obviously, I could talk about this for a while, but I need to get you about your Friday. I need to get about me about my Friday. So I love y'all. I thank y'all. I know an hour and 6 minutes of your time is so valuable. So thank you so much for spending your time with me this morning. I so appreciate it. If you got anybody that you're like, man, you need to watch this, feel free to tag them in the chat, whether you're on Haps or YouTube or on Facebook, wherever you're at. Tag anybody that you think needs to see this. Feel free to share this out to your groups. I love the shares. Get it out to anybody that needs it. And guys, listen, if you need me, it's my pleasure to serve you. You can reach out to me, JustinCaplanPro.com. If you're interested in having a free strategy call with me, I have a spot on my website called My Process. If you go to JustinCaplanPro.com/My Process, there's a little form there. You can apply to have a strategy call with me for free. It's my pleasure. I'd love to work with you. I'd love to help you. It's my pleasure to serve y'all. All right. Have a beautiful Friday. Have an amazing weekend. Hope you guys do what you love most, spend time with the people you love most, accomplish the things you need to get accomplished. I'm going to go mow my lawn today, and I'm going to get my flowers out because it's springtime in Michigan, and I'm ready for some warmth, and I'm going to get about my day, my weekend. All right, guys, have a beautiful day. Take care. God bless, and I will see you all around the web. All right, see you guys later.